So I did see him play before. At the combine, I thought he was the best receiver at the combine.
He just he jumped out at you.
Yeah, he did. It was
The best
it was more
receiver at the combine or in his group?
the best receiver in the combine. I just think the way he ran his routes were effortless. You know what I mean? It was smooth. You know, and actually, what I saw at the combine is not what I saw on tape. You know what I mean? On tape, you kind of looked at him a little bit, and things seemed like a little bit more controlled or whatever. But in the combine, you saw his speed. You saw he can run. And yeah. I'm not necessarily a little guy receiver. You know what I mean? But obviously, this draft was full of smaller guys, but he stood out. He stood out, and I put an asterisk by his name, and then I came in my office and I really dove in deep and did my evaluations, and I'm like, man, this would be perfect if we had him on our offense.
And you relay that to Chris and everybody.
Yeah,
that's what you do.
Yeah, that's what I do. I all of them. You know what I mean? I go in with a plan A, B, C, D, and however far I got to go down. You know what I mean? If I'm looking at 40-something receivers, then I'm gonna rank them all.
So was he A?
I won't say.
Would you have felt that comfortable last year, being that, I don't know, forceful is the right word?
As far as what?
Being behind a player, I mean, understanding evaluation and.
Oh no, this time last year, man, I had developed an ulcer. Everything was head was spinning. Even to this point, head was spinning. I think I didn't get here until after the combine last year. Then it was like, got here and there was no tutoring session. It was, here you go. You know what I mean? You got to evaluate these dudes. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm doing this right. You know what I mean? There was no template. There was no, other coaches and things, they was involved in what they had to do. So I had to come in and I had kind of go around and kind of ask questions here and there, and there was no evaluations for dummies for me.
Was it kind of cool that you were able to have this kind of influence on the pick? I'm not sure. I'm sure they loved him too. It wasn't just your recommendation, but you had a big hand in it.
I hope so, but I do understand and do think that they like them as well. You know what I mean? I guess when you got me liking them and them liking them, and I guess that's a win-win. You know what I mean? But man, it's basically, it's like I don't know. So it's not a spade hand. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where you say, hey, these are my top 5 guys. These are my next 5. My next tier. We sit and we talk. We go back and forth. We have some disagreements, but I love a good debate. Everybody that I like, I'm their lawyer. I go into that there and I'm their lawyer. I'm fighting for them. I'm telling them the pros, the cons, how I think they can help. They go against the grain. I go back at them. I counter offer. So it's actually fun. To me, it's the funnest part, because I get to play Matlock.
One real quick, is there in your experience, what's the hardest part for a rookie quarterback to integrate himself with the veterans? Those rookies are here this week. Is Anthony? Well, start, I don't know, but what's the hardest part about that, just from your experience?
I don't know, man. Things are so different now. I just know for me, and coming in, I just didn't want to mess anything up. I just wanted to make sure I was on time to meetings. I was early. I don't know, like I'm gonna stay late just because I feel like I got to. You know what I mean? And then I just remember when Andrew Luck came in, I saw him, he looking like a deer in headlights. So you just, as a rookie, you just want to be where you're supposed to be, right? Obviously, at quarterback, it's a little bit more probably pressure on you when you're drafted that high. But I had Marvin Harrison there, and I had Jerome Payton, Terrace Williams, E.G. Green. I had guys that was already here that I can kind of bounce stuff off of, but I just was hoping that they were nice guys and didn't make me bring in snacks every week.
Reggie, you like the room, your room?
I do. I think the room is starting to shape up, just because I feel like we got layers.
Young room.
Yeah, and that's okay. We was younger last year, right? So as long as we hang together, we get older together, right? No, I do think I think that another year together, them understanding me understanding them, the ones that are coming back, the new additions that's coming in, they're buying into it. Got some quarterbacks. I think it all works together. I think we just got to keep working, knowing the offense, knowing where to be, and what we demand from them. He kind of came in and the low haircut and looked like a Marine. Coming in now, he kind of lets it grow out a little bit. You know what I mean? So that's where you understand guys are starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. There's less questions. I think year 2 is going to be that where you start to see the tide turn a little bit. Hopefully it's not like me where it took 3 years to really get it. You know what I mean? But I do think I see a guy that's more relaxed and more fit.